Today, we're diving into the book of Exodus, a powerful story of God's deliverance, faithfulness, and covenant with His people. Exodus, the second book of the Bible, spans 40 chapters and tells how God frees Israel from slavery, establishes His law, and shapes them into His chosen nation. Let's explore the key moments and what they mean for us today. Exodus begins with Israel enslaved in Egypt, suffering under Pharaoh's oppression. Exodus chapter 1, verses 11 to 14. They set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. But God hears their cries. He raises Moses, a Hebrew raised in Pharaoh's court, to lead them. Through Moses, God unleashes 10 plagues, like turning the Nile to blood and the Passover plague, to show His power over Egypt's gods. Exodus 7 to 12. In Exodus chapter 12, verses 31 to 32, Pharaoh finally relents, and Israel is freed. The Red Sea crossing, Exodus 14, is the climax of deliverance, where God parts the waters, saves Israel, and destroys their pursuers. This shows God's heart. He sees our suffering, acts with power, and delivers us from bondage. After freedom, Israel journeys through the wilderness toward Mount Sinai. God guides them with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. Exodus 13:21 to 22. He provides manna from heaven and water from a rock when they grumble. Exodus 16:4, 17:6. These acts reveal God's faithfulness, even when His people doubt. Like Israel, we may face deserts in life, but God guides and sustains us through every trial. At Mount Sinai, God establishes His covenant with Israel, giving the 10 Commandments, Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 to 17, and laws for worship and community, Exodus 21 to 24. Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 to 6 says, "If you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." The tabernacle instructions, Exodus chapter 25 to 40, show how God desires to dwell among His people. This covenant shapes Israel's identity and points to Jesus, who fulfills the law and brings us into a new covenant, as we discover later on in the New Testament. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. God calls us to live holy lives, reflecting His presence. In conclusion, Exodus is about God's power to save, His provision in our wilderness, and His call to be His holy people. Just as God delivered Israel, He delivers us from sin through Christ, guides us by His Spirit, and invites us into His covenant. Let's trust Him and live as His treasured people. As always, dive deeper into the actual Holy Bible for a more robust and fruitful experience. There is no replacement for reading God's text directly, though we try our best to bring you a broad understanding. Thank you for your time, and make sure to like and subscribe to Heaven's Cellar Door. Take care of yourself and love your neighbor.